Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing kind of like a makeup tutorial featuring the new Smashbox Cover Shot palettes. This was a collaboration with Shay Mitchell, and Smashbox actually sent me this beautiful kind of like case, and then here's Shay Mitchell up here, and then they sent me 4 palettes. This collection has 7 palettes total. So these are the 4 that I got. All right, so just a little disclaimer, I did receive these palettes as a gift from Smashbox, but of course I will still let you guys know my true and honest opinion. I would never, ever try like selling you guys something or lying about something if I don't like it. So they just sent this to me. Of course it was free, but they didn't say that I had to review it, that I had to say anything positive about it. They just sent it to me to try. I did try it out for the first time today, and I created this look right here. So if you guys want to see a tutorial on how I created this using one of the palettes, then just go ahead and stay tuned, or you can go ahead and just skip on over this whole introduction part. So there, like I said, there are a total of 7 travel size palettes in this collection. Shay wanted 7 shades of Shay. That's how she kind of put it and described it. So the first one is called Soft Light. And I love the packaging on this because they have like this little, what do you call it? Holographic print in the front where it kind of shows like an explosion. It's pretty cool. And the palette is super compact, like it's literally the size of my hand, and it's pretty thin, so you can definitely travel with these. But when you first open it, it looks like this. It comes with this full mirror right here, which I love, especially when you're traveling. This is how the first set of colors look like. They describe this soft light palette to be soft focus and wearable shimmers. So each palette is gonna have a total of 8 shades. 6 shades down here, and then 2 double-sized base shades as well. The second one looks like this, and this one is called the Bold Eye Palette. You'll see why, and it's because it has all these beautiful bold shades right here. It's pretty much like all the primary colors and then some. So they describe this palette as transformative and electrifying. All right, the third palette looks like this, and it is called the Smoky Eye Palette, and they describe this as effortless and modern. That's how this looks. So the fourth and final palette that I got was this one right here. It is called the Ablaze Eye Palette, and it's described as hot desert inspired shades. So if you're definitely into warm tones, this is gonna be the palette for you. This is the palette that I used today to create this look right here. Each of these palettes retail for $29 each, and you can find it on Smashbox.com, Sephora, and Ulta. I feel like it's a really good price, the $29. It might seem a lot just because it is a small palette, but let me tell you guys, these are super pigmented and they blend very, very well. Just look at this. I had no trouble picking up pigment. I had no trouble like double dipping, trying to get some color payoff. They are so easy to work with, guys. Like if you could just at least try it, swatch it out for yourselves, you will see what I'm talking about, and it's definitely worth it depending on your styles. I feel like the 7 palettes that they have in this collection, there's gonna be something for everybody. All right, so if you guys wanna see how I created this eye look with one of those palettes, go ahead and keep on watching. Hey guys, so I had already did my foundation, concealer, eyebrows off camera. That way we can go ahead and save some time. Now going into the Smashbox Cover Shot Ablaze eye palette. So it is this one right here. It's kind of all the warm tone colors. And then please don't mind under my eyes. I'm currently baking my concealer. We're gonna take this shade right here, and then we're just gonna sweep this all around. And then sorry if the lighting will kind of change. I'm using natural light from my window, and it's changing from like cool to warm to cool to warm. Watch. It's getting warm now. Okay, so now we're gonna take Throwback, which is this color right here, using the same brush. I'm gonna use this as like a transition shade. It's a little dark, but we'll see. Just gonna place this all over the lid and then blending it up towards the crease. Then I'm gonna use like a fluffy brush with no color on it to just blend it out. Now we're repeating it on the other eye. Taking the big fluffy brush. I'm gonna take another brush, and this is called a precision round brush. Looks like this. Now I'm gonna take this berry color, this is called Nirvana. It's this shade right here. And apply that on the outer crease, just to kind of deepen it up a little bit. So I'm not leaving it like on the outside of the crease, I'm kind of sweeping it in. Just keep blending that out. That way there is no harsh lines. Alright, now I'm gonna take Dark Horse. I'm gonna take this shade here and then just work it right here in the crease. Slowly blending it out because I want to concentrate it right there. Try it on this side. Okay, now once you get that kind of blended in there, just gonna go in with the big fluffy brush, give one last blending on the outer edges here. Okay, so that looks just about right for my taste. Now I definitely want to play with some of these shimmer colors here. Let's try Siesta. So it is this shade right here. It's kind of like a rose gold shimmer color. I'm debating between this and this one right here, which is Moccasin. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe Delirious. Let's do this color. For this shade, I'm just going to use my fingers. I usually like using my fingers for like shimmer colors. That actually looks pretty good in my taste. The top part of my eyes are pretty much done. What I like to do is I like to take my face powder, and the one that I've been using for years now and that I've been featured with NYX is the Stay Matte But Not Flat powder foundation. So they call this a powder foundation, but I don't think it has the coverage as it would on its own. So I use this as kind of like a setting powder. This color that I have here is called Warm Beige. I like to just sweep off the bake. Alright, and this really gives a nice matte finish. So if you're oily, definitely try this powder. The bake is nice and blended. What I like to do now, after I do the top part of my eyeshadow, I like to curl my lashes, get my false lashes on, and then I'll do the bottom. So let's just go ahead and curl these non-existent lashes that I have here. So I like to start at the base and pump my way throughout the lashes. That way it gets a nice curl instead of like a crimp. My favorite mascara is the Loreal Voluminous Million Lashes. It has like a blue strip down the tube, which just means it's just the waterproof version of it. I like the waterproof version because I feel like it just holds my curls a lot better than the regular version. And I feel like this is the only mascara that keeps my Asian lashes like nice and curled. I've tried so many other waterproof mascaras that just kind of like weighed them down and made them like flop over just within a couple hours. Now taking my favorite lashes, and these are the Huda Beauty Scarlett 8s. They're just super full. I had already applied this side because I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I'm waiting for this one to dry. Not dry, get a little tacky, you know the drill. The thing with these lashes, they're pretty uncomfortable at first when you wear them, but I would say after you give them like 3 wears, they start to loosen up a little bit and the band becomes a lot more flexible. They're super comfortable to wear after that initial kind of like break it in, you know. I think that's pretty much dry. Just like to make sure that it's on top of my lashes. I put the middle down first, then I'll go with the outer corner and the inner corner. And then I like to make sure that they're even, so this one is kind of scooted more inward. Just gonna pull the end and then slide it out a little bit, just so it matches my other eye. And I work best with false lashes with a tweezer instead of just my fingers, just because my fingers are like chubby. It doesn't really get into those hard to reach areas. So while the glue is kind of in its last stages of drying, I just like to play around with the lashes, make sure that it's pressed in. So I would grip the lash itself and then push it in a little bit. But be careful, you don't want to poke yourself with a tweezer. Making sure that the edges, inner and outer corner, are fully glued. That way we don't experience any lifting throughout the day. Okay, so this corner is kind of lifting a little bit and it's kind of irritating me. So your lashes are never supposed to be uncomfortable. If it is, then you have to fix something about it. It's either too long where you might have to trim it, or it's just like gluing down in an area where it's not supposed to. So if it ever bothers you, you just always have to fix it, or else you're just gonna hate wearing lashes. Especially if it's like your first time trying them, because that's how I was. Like, I hated false lashes. Like, I bought some Asian kind off of like Amazon or eBay or something, and I didn't know how to make it like fit properly or anything. So I just thought you just glue it on, and if it's uncomfortable, then that's just me. Like, you're supposed to just get used to it, but no, it's never supposed to be uncomfortable. Nothing is supposed to be poking your eye, and if it is, redo it. Okay, so for this, I just applied some glue at the end of my tweezers. I'm pulling this off a little bit on the corner because I'm gonna reapply the corner and where it's gonna sit. So it was a little too close to my outer corner of my eye where it was kind of irritating me. And blink a few times, make sure everything else feels good. There you go. Now that is how you apply false lashes, making sure that they're comfortable. Now that we got that up there, now you see how there's like an imbalance going on. There's just too much going on up here, nothing underneath. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that now. Taking the Smashbox Cover Shot palette again, I'm gonna take a smaller brush. Looks like this. It is from EcoTools. I'm gonna take that first shade we used. It is called Throwback. And we're gonna use this right under the eye. I mean, it doesn't have to be too neat, well, for me at least, just because I am gonna like smoke it out even more. And then we're gonna go back in and take this berry color, which is Nirvana. Wow, this palette is super pigmented. This might be even a good dupe for the Modern Renaissance palette. I know that's kind of like a stretch, but just seeing these colors right here, this is a pretty good dupe, especially for like a travel size version. I'm gonna take this flat definer brush. We're gonna go in with Dark Horse one more time. Use that to define right at the lower lash line. And I keep this more like on the outer half rather than bringing it all the way in. To finish off the eyes, going to apply mascara onto my bottom lashes. And my bottom lashes are super tiny, like I said, so it is kind of like a struggle to get mascara on it without getting it onto my skin. Now we are all done with the eyes. Moving forward, I just have to contour and highlight. So I'm gonna take this big fluffy brush right here, and then using my Anastasia contour kit, we are gonna use this shade and this shade right here. I believe it's Java and Fawn. And then if you haven't seen my highlight and contour video, this is pretty much the same routine that I use. I'll dip in here, and then I'll dip in there, dip back in here. I'm just weird like that. It's kind of like a little algorithm that I use. And then I will pat it onto a piece of towel paper or a piece of paper towel on my desk. That way I don't deposit like so much colors. And then just go to town. Then your temples, forehead, and then your jaw. And then a little bit on my chin. Now I like to contour my nose. At least do this. So I'm gonna use this MAC brush right here. So I'm gonna go back to this color, the more cool tone color, because I don't like putting warm tones on my nose. I'm gonna squeeze it. I'm just gonna make it go down the sides of my nose. Then I like to just do chisel that. Chisel that. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty contoured. And then I'm gonna take this other brush. This is just like a Forever 21 brush. I like to just tap the tip of it, wipe off the excess a little bit, and then this is where you're gonna make that little line. I remember when I made that highlight and contour video about a year ago. That was like my first time trying to do a nose contour, and it was so bad. It was so bad. Nobody didn't say anything to me either. I feel like I got it down pretty well. Make sure you wanna round that off, connect it. And then I like to take my face brush that I use to set my whole foundation, just to kind of blend it in. That way it's not that harsh. And then I like to take this brush from EcoTools. To highlight, I'm using my Loreal Gilded Honey. This is like my ultimate favorite highlighter. It's just so gold and so pigmented. Like I've been using this for so long and I still have a lot left. Tap it on the tip of my nose, down the bridge. And sorry, this lighting situation, like Mother Nature's being really weird right now. So sorry if this frame looks totally different from that frame. But anyways, and I'm gonna take this fluffy brush right here. I think this is just from Morphe. Pack that on there and then swipe. Now that is what you call a glow. I really just pack this on here, guys. Like, I have no shame how much highlight I put. Let's get a little bit more. Put it on my Cupid's bow. Then I'm gonna take my face brush, kind of blend everything together again. Now we're gonna move on with lips. I'm gonna take this NYX lip liner. It is in Ever. And then we're gonna take my new ColourPop Liquid Lippy. This is in an ultra satin. It is called Frickin' Frat. And if you guys haven't seen my latest video, it is on the it's another ColourPop like review and swatches video, but it is more focused on the ultra satins and the ultra metallic. So if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. I'll go ahead and link it here for you guys. I always apply it to my bottom lip first and then I'll just like have it transfer up to my top lip, just so that way I don't apply too much product. There you go. That is pretty much the completed look using the Smashbox Cover Shot palettes. What do you guys think of how this came out? Do you like it? Do you not? This is a really nice palette if you are into whole warm tones. Look at that. It's like a mix of shimmers and mattes. It's pretty slim, so this is definitely something that you can travel with. So that is the final look, guys. So we're gonna try rinsing my hair in a shower.